Hello and welcome to this quick guide on the game controller. The game controller is essentially a locator that is placed by default in many of the starter templates that you'll find in Crayta, such as Team Deathmatch starter template or the Capture the Flag starter template. And essentially what the game controller does is it manages the game state. So it looks after all of the game logic that's going on in the game. If I scroll down, if I select the game controller and I scroll down here, I can see that there's a script attached called game script. I don't necessarily need to go into what this script does and all of the individual Lua logic at this stage. But what we can do is we can look through some of the customization options that are in this list. So here we've got the welcome message, player joined and player left messages. And you can see those appear when you run the game over here on the right hand side in the notifications section. So if you want to tweak those and change what they say, then you can do that here. Notice that it's using asterisk parenthesis name here, and that will be replaced with the player name in question. So welcome to the game, and that will be your name. And then player joined, that will be the name of the player joined. Always do lobby is a checkbox where you can decide whether there should be a lobby between game rounds. There will always be a lobby at the start, so I'm joining in the lobby here. But if you want there to be a lobby once a round is complete, then that's the checkbox to check. So you might want everyone to go back to the lobby and then reconfigure the teams every round. The max lobby time is how long people can hang out in that lobby. So the shorter the time, the quicker the lobby will be over, but the less people that might be in have got involved in that lobby. And so if you make it a little bit longer, then you're more likely to have slightly more people, but at the expense of waiting around a little bit longer in the lobby. I don't know. The lobby is good fun usually, so you can make that however long you want to, really. Min players is how many players are a minimum for this game. So if it's a team-based game, you probably want a minimum of 2 players, which will be a 1v1. If you want lots of players, then you might want to set this a bit higher. But bear in mind that people might not want to wait around for quite a long time, so don't set it too high. Because then everyone will just be in the lobby for ages. The max playtime is how long a round will last. So at the moment, by default, it's set to 1 minute long. And you could tweak that. You could make it longer or shorter, however you like. The kill score is how many points you get when you kill someone. So it's an individual based score. You can choose whether your game has teams or not with this checkbox. If you uncheck this, then it will remove all of the team sort of properties that you might want to set. If it's more like a free-for-all kind of game or a racing game or something like that. By selecting it, then you get the option to have a team kill score, which is how many points your team will get when you kill someone. So if you wanted to make it really team-oriented, you could set the kill score to 0 and team skill score to 10, and then your game would be only giving points to the team and not you when you kill someone. You can change the team names to be more in keeping with the theme of your game. You can decide whether to auto respawn in your game. So if you want it to be permadeath, so when a player dies, they are dead until the end of the round, then you could uncheck that checkbox. If you like the idea that people will respawn, then check that checkbox. If you want to change the amount of time someone has to wait before they respawn, that's over in the user template and the spawn logic there, and you'll see that there's this respawn delay time box in the spawn script folder, and you can change that. You can change that in there. So going back to the spawn stuff, there's also this always respawn for play. So essentially what this means is if the player is already running around in the lobby, you can decide whether they should be respawned when the game starts or whether they should start from where they are. So this is really important for a game where you might play hide and seek, for example, and you might be going to hide in the lobby, and then when the game starts, the other players have to find you, that sort of stuff. So if this is checked, it will respawn the player at the beginning of the round start. If it's unchecked, they will just carry on playing from where they are. Allow mid-game join is kind of self-explanatory, but essentially, should players be allowed to join in a game that is currently in progress? So players will be able to join in on the lobby screen, but as soon as a round starts, then you might want to disable them joining. If you have this checked, then it means that they can join anytime, and that's sort of the most open setting that you want. If it's unchecked, it will mean they can only join in the lobby. The max results time and the results camera is to do with the end screen. So after a round, you'll see this screen appear. Let me just tweak these times so that it's clear. So we've got a 3-second lobby now, and make a 5-second game. It's the world's shortest game. So the lobby's over, and just as I'm able to move, that is now showing the results screen. So the results max results time is how long to display the screen for. And the results camera is the camera to use to display the screen. So if we go and look at those properties again, the max results time was how long to display the results for, and the results camera is the entity, the camera entity in your game that you want to use. So this is the camera entity for my results at the moment. Cameras are pretty easy to add to your game. You just go to primitives and then find the camera here and add it to your game world and move it around to position it how you want to. And that's essentially the crux of the game controller. If you're interested in tweaking any of the user interface stuff for the user, then you need to head over to the user template, and you'll find that all of the user interface stuff is in there, and you can change the wording of it. You can change some of the HTML markup and all of that sort of stuff. But you're going to need to use advanced mode for this editing this user template and the user interface in here. Hopefully that quick guide was useful on how all of this game controller stuff, like some of the settings that you can use to tweak and modify and change your game. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on changing the objective of a game, which is going to be a little bit more in depth, but that might be something you're interested in if you're looking to create a game that the world has never seen. So stay tuned for that one. I look forward to seeing you in the game.